Good evening and welcome to 7 News. We begin tonight with an emergency at Perth Airport. Let's go live now to Rory Campbell at the airport. Rory, what happened?
Sorry about that.
Tom Mitchell tipped to take home the Achoo, 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 achoo. Sorry.
Right, let's go to Nick Robertson, who is in Downing Street. Nick, I do beg your pardon. It's Hadas, who's in southern England. Where exactly are you, Hadas?
I'm good.
Wherever she is, I don't think she can hear me. Can you hear me, Hadas? Right.
Hi, yes, I
That
can.
settled that one. Oh, you can now.
okay.
Where exactly are you?
So, Holly, there's still a real determination to get back into the mine.
We apologise for losing the link there with Holly.
So quite a few have voted in this referendum. What might not be good for them is the poll results.
And you just mentioned the word moist. My issue sometimes in the past has been dry meat.
Because not everyone thinks he did a good job. But what we can say is that it looks for him in Uxbridge also something where there may be some concern. He had a 12,000 majority here.
12,000!
It's now down to 5,000. 5,000! Some people think it won't happen again.
It won't happen again!
Thanks very much, Tim. Lots of people trying to get in on the act there.
If you go into that closet, and don't take this the wrong way, I'm going to come into that closet with you and I'll pull you out.
Those are figures that came out of the Treasury. These are your government's figures that came out of the Treasury. It says 16%. No, because you're trying to talk about other figures. I'm telling you about these figures.
I'll check my phone while you have a little chat. Okay, you carry on.
It's an amazing way to debate.
No, carry on. Oh, sorry, if I can get in. I'm not being patronising, but I can't get a word in edgeways.
Please don't speak to her in that fashion. That's not acceptable. You've had more than you've had more.
Okay,
you've had 50%.
you two carry on. You carry on.
Thanks for joining us, David. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
very
amazing.
Nice.
Walk in front of the camera. Excellent.
Wow, Prince Philip is 9 people. No, we're just going to scroll through this one. Just stay with me. There we go. Still to come on midday, we are showing no mercy. No, we're not. Oh. We'll go to break. Let's take a break and we'll try and sort out our issues here on 1 News Midday. We'll see you soon.
This go round to beat this president, Fred.
All right, Suzanne Malveaux, thank you so much. Hope that hot chocolate or hot cider was good. All right.
Biosecurity New Zealand says it's highly unlikely a breeding population will establish because of our cooler climate.
Initial suggestions are that it has burnt both sides of the ridgeline at Cooper's Knob, which is around 3 hectares in size.
Tom Walsh is confident he'll recover from a case of the runs. And really, too much information in time for track and field nationals this weekend.
It's good to know that I can still get that out even on a rough day.
Get it out, even on a rough day? I guess when you put in the shot, you'd easily do a shart.
What is a shart?
It's when the fart goes wrong, Amanda Weather.
It's a mainly fine day for the lower North Island. Just a bit of cloud about. Palmerston North's 25 degrees and Wellington 20. It's a grey day for the central.
Great for the Central Plateau. It'll still be warm. Taupo's 25 degrees and Wanganui's 26. The East Coast can expect, well, a bit of wetness.
Certainly if we look at, the changing complexion of this cabinet compared to the last one, the one yesterday, and what we can see is that
Adam,
so-called
do you want to take a pause?
Yep.
Do you want to take a pause?
No,
Because I think you've been talking non-stop. You okay?
No, I swallowed a fly, that's all right.
Come on, Hayley, you can do this.
Hayley, don't.
Hayley!
She said duck, she said duck, she said duck.
Matt Bradley is in eastern Syria, in an area where the last remnants of the Islamic State and so-called caliphate were. Matt, what's the situation for you?
Good. Fine. Better.
do apologise. We'll get there eventually. Hopefully the story is worth waiting for.
Faisal, tell us, how bad could this week be for her, if you can hear me? Can't see you, that's for sure.
His lawyers, he had already, excuse me, sorry, just some cars have had a bit of a crash behind us there.
In New Zealand, we throw mud, we throw dildos.
Any whispers, though, of anything of people wanting to do sort of a similar attack?
And, you know, there's a world of oceans out there, so you can spend the rest of your life discovering new holes, right?
First off, of course, this is Tropical Cyclone Fanny. We come in close.
That cyclone in India sounds pretty nasty.
Yes, it was. 300 km/h gust is pretty mean. It's one of the strongest they've seen in sort of decades.
What was it called again?
Fanny.
So I thought you said.
Joining us now is the Chief Medical Officer at the Capital and Coast District Health Board, Dr. John Tate. John, good morning to you. John, we got you there. Good morning.
No, I think you've got the wrong John.
The only thing I used to like from Dad's beer was the frothy bit on the top. The minute you actually got to the beer, you'd be like, oh, no thanks.
Everyone likes a bit of head.
Is it a gateway as well? Because I remember I used to love those chocolate cigarettes.
Maharaja, 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 Maharaja. Hello again. An overnight fire at Hobart's Maharaja.
Justin Bieber, Kanye. It's an interesting threesome.
He'll have kicking duties for the Sharks tonight. That's despite only having a 65% success rate this season. Now, it's been drizzling here in Wellington for most of the day, which is going to make kicking just that much more harder. Now, as for the game...
Now, it's been a day one young Kylie Minogue fan will never forget.
Also, Maddie, you know when you do wine tasting and you have to sip it and then you spit it out because you don't want to get drunk?
Spittoon, into a spittoon.
Do a spittoon.
Spittoon.
Do you have a pie spittoon?
No, there's none of that. No, I think you swallow.
Oh.
Right. OK.
I don't know why that would be. So 300, 200...
It's easier, maybe it's easier.
Yeah, 240...
Don't know.
Yeah.
3 times. Wouldn't say it's easier each time.
Yeah. And if there's an elective or planned caesarean, no birth fee is paid.
So Kim is with us now from the scene of the arrest, and Kim, police are still searching for the murder weapon.
It was a little bit quiet for a bit, and then all of a sudden we got all these comments on the Facebook page saying, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. And there was this one girl, Shelley, who said that she was a massive fan of the artwork, and she said, I'm coming, I'm on the bus.
Yeah, definitely. It's sort of like a bit of a forest in there.
His microphone.
Hopefully someone sees it and they love it and they want to see it.
I think his microphone.
Well, you can't deny that, 2 country lads from Tikawiti came to the big smoke, didn't they?
Don't make unnecessary journeys. Don't take risks on treacherous roads. And don't swim in the sea.
I've never seen a show in Vegas.
That theatre is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, some of the theatres are a little deadly.
Talking about John Hastings, well, in this series, the 7th wicket has been the toughest one just about for New Zealand to get. 79 in the first game at Eden Park, Wayne Fulton, and that was a new record for Australia against New Zealand. And then the second ODI, 86.
And now, unfortunately, a stress fracture in his foot, his left foot, which is a pretty major foot for him.
Wilhelmina Shrimpton reports. Market, but things just got slightly easier for some first-home buyers.
These changes are about making sure Home Start reaches its target group.
Yeah, so it's not Susan's album party, it's Susan album party.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, have some fun.
Get a pen.
1,000 pages of story into 95 minutes of movie.
It's a remarkable story, Peter. Nice to see you again back from holidays. I
saw you yesterday.
Oh, you did too.
How quickly we forget.
You are very forgettable.
Oh, Angela. Oh,
bye,
Angela.
girl.
Oh,
bye.
Angela.
We did it already on the podcast, April, but bye, honey. You have never represented the community. You are skin folk. We don't own you like Zora. Goodbye, good riddance, goodbye. Deuces.
Angela.
Out.
Angela.
And we're live at the premiere of McLaren. I've got my mate here, motorsport legend, Ayrton Senna.
Close. I'm Greg Murphy, actually.
Greg Murphy, that's coming up next.
It has gone from jubilation. It has gone from jubilation early.
I would never criticise a person for having confidence and backing their own ability and believing in what they're doing.
What, like Jacinda Ardern?
Moving on. On the spot. You might have won that one.
Yes, Simon, Donald Trump still seemed to find time to continue his Twitter trade war with Canada, and he has been out and about, but...
This is to show compassion for South Islanders, currently dealing with the cold tonight. Also, there's a shocking draft in the studio. Absolutely shocking.
That's a bit interesting. That wasn't meant to happen, but I loved it, and you gents looked super. Can we bring them back up again? Oh, no, we'll go back to the pink.
We've gone warm.
Because when it's in your hands, you're making the choices about where it's spent. I don't think the government knows better than you do.
Well, the Crown's case is simple, Susie, and it comes down to this, that George Pell's victim should be believed. He was one of 2 choir boys that Pell's convicted of abusing.
After final checks, Saturn V fires again, setting Apollo 11 on course for the moon. It's then goodbye to the remnants of Saturn V, with a near 400,000-kilometre journey ahead of them.
Let's see what happens here. Oh, he went down low. Down low.
Are you going out with a former sex offender?
Yeah.
You know, that's a tough question. I've never asked you that.
I'm not.
That's an example.
Who has spent the last 30 years dedicated to a career that really serves a purpose. Welcome, Doug.
Good morning, thank you.
A pleasure to have you here. Let's start right at the beginning. When did you first become involved in St John?
Yeah, and do you want the butt or do you want the head? I mean, wow. Funny you ask, Mel. Anyway, today.
He's taken it on his shoulders as well.
An East Auckland Christchurch suburb is in shock after a person died in a house fire overnight.
Well, Ali McBool is in Chicago for us tonight.
So that's it, we're on Snow Watch again.
Oh, my kids will not be happy if we don't get a good dump.
We will, I'm sure we will. Right, that's it from us. I'll be back with an update after the news at 10. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
But now that they're older and see how they come out.
Very big leap.
Anyway, 52% of people say yes, smartphone.
Yeah, I mean, last night I was lying in bed and I've not heard a wind like that for an awfully long time. I mean, oh, that's just wrong, isn't it? Anyway, you know what I mean.
Take a look at sport news now. I hear on Afternoon Live with Hugh Ferris. And no, that's Amy Garcia.
My sister was running around the house screaming, "It's snowing!"
I recycle all my clothes depending on what they are. They either go to Anna Stretton's charity, Raw,
yes.
Right? Yes. Or they go to my Samoan friends, if they're my husband's clothes, and some of my more casual gear.
But I've got permission from the other half that we're expecting. We haven't not been telling people. We just haven't been
too late
about it. But yeah, just between you and I, Duncan.
Okay.
Yeah, we're expecting a baby in 4 weeks.
You're breeding.
Tell us what details you can. Is it a friend of yours who's carrying, and also a boy or a girl?
We're not going to find out. No, we don't want to find out. I mean, I'll look on the day.
He's standing in front of the net with about 8 inches of his shaft in his hand.
Where was the best weed?
Oh, mate, this is the thing.
That's a whole different interview, I think.
All this stuff about weed is better here and in the Coromandel and in Colorado and everything. It's a weed, mate. This is the thing. Like, these guys, the big business guys.
Sit down.
Paddy.
Still live.
Sit down.
That's what I mean. It's another interview.
He's on it now. He's on it.
You can say it, St Heliers.
Where's the best skunk?
Yeah, no, but this is the thing. Weed is a weed, man, and everywhere we went, it's like the Ranfurly Shield, okay?
Have the right to choose whether or not they want an independent future. If we go into an early general election, if the
scandal,
the incest.
The incest, my favourite bit.
Wow.
I hope your brother's not watching.
I just want them to clip that up.
It's against equality law, and it infringes, they say, on Article 8 of the European Convention on Human Rights, which is that it violates their right to a private and family life. They're also saying...
Between now and mid-November, further meetings of the TAR liaison group, and the hunters too have committed to doing a big educational effort,
hoping to leave all of this political mess behind.
Nico Teddy from Parliament.
My balls are bigger than your balls.
Probably.
They were only just back on their White Island tour boat in the bay when Whakaari unleashed.
I would not be at all surprised if it's prisoners as well who are getting their lips around these slushies.
Yeah, I reckon a hot dog would be easier though, because it would slide down your throat.
Yeah, peppermint, whatever you choose.
Just not nice getting what you know's been in someone else's mouth in your mouth.
He cleared it out of his mouth and said, Not a bad shot.
All right, Ross, Tony Brown turned down Robertson. He wants to stay with Jamie Joseph.
Like, how do I pick a spot that's
I know.
scat?
What's scat?
Happy to.
And that's it. Now on BBC One, it's time for the news where you are. Good night.